welcome Nolan Ryan, and you're here because, you know, we know the All-Star game is going to be July 13th in Anaheim, and you pitched in 8 All-Star games, and you pitched in that last game in Anaheim and with the winning pitcher for the Rangers.
Well, it was very special because it was the first time I'd come back to Anaheim and had the opportunity to pitch there since leaving there as a free agent.
It's a special moment to be an All-Star, and I'm sure you remember your first.
Well, it really is, because first of all, you get an opportunity to play with the guys that you are always trying to play against and get out, and so it's special to be representing your league and facing the other league and obviously some of the best players in the game.
And you're sitting next to a guy who managed you in your last year.
Goodness.
My last year, but I didn't help him much because I stayed on the disabled list more than I stayed on the active list that year.
Are you saying that's why I'm doing this now? No, it wasn't because of you.
Jason grounds out to Ian Kinsler for the second out here, and you know, it's an exciting moment, I guess. And do you get hardened to the fact that you're in so many of them after a while, Nolan?
No, you don't. You look forward to each and every one of them, and it's the All-Star games are special, and it's just the fanfare around it. And as you see now, the players truly, really get into it and all the activities that they have.
Well, you know, with all the no-hitters and that you had, Nolan, and the perfect games that are and one wasn't, apparently.
Right.
What are your thoughts on what's going on with the pitching today in this game?
I don't really have an explanation for it because, you know, we've seen these unbelievable games thrown already this year and 3 perfect games. Who's ever heard of that? And then, but we look at our pitching staff and we don't feel like that we're pitching as well this year as we did last year. So
yep.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Got to ask you about the Armando Galarraga situation, which, of course, everyone's been talking about this week.
Well, you know, people ask, well, should we go to replay? And I don't think we should. I think we have, in this game, the human element plays a big part of it. It's just unfortunate that came up in such a key game. And, you know, I look back on my career, and there were calls that went against me and calls that went in my favor, and that's just part of the game. And you know, you really truly believe the umpires are trying to do their best out there, and so I just feel like that it's unfortunate for him that call was made at such a critical time in a game that would have been so meaningful to him.
And, you know, the human element is so much important in all of sports because players make errors, managers make bad moves and so forth. And, you know, when you go to talk about replay, and, of course, the discussion can go on, and we won't go through it all here, but where do you bring it to an end? When does it stop?
Well, I agree. And I just think that if you don't keep some kind of parameters on it, then all of a sudden it's going to take over your game, and that's not what the fans want to see, and that's not what the players want to see.
What was the angriest you ever were when you pitched? Do you remember?
Oh, no, I don't.
Playing for me, probably. No,
no, you know, it's I think the thing that bothered me as a pitcher the most is the umpires establish a strike zone, and then you get into a key situation and you make that pitch and you don't get it, and it's so critical at that particular time that it just irritates you to no end. And
consistency is what you
right, and that's what you strive for, and you hope for with the umpires too. Is as a pitcher you strive for consistency, and you hope the umpire is consistent with the strike zone, whatever that might be.
And of course, as president, we know what's the latest status as far as the ownership of the ball club.
Well, it's in the hands of the court. Obviously, we don't know how the judge is going to rule on it. We think by the July we'll know something, and so we're keeping a very optimistic attitude about it.
One thing I want to say, and we've talked before about this, when you came here, you have changed the mindset of the pitching staff, and I love that. You know, when we were together, it was pretty much offensive oriented. Did have some good pitching, but kind of touch on that a little bit, your philosophies.
Well, what I felt like after the first year I spent here as a president, I just wanted to observe and get a feel for our organization, what I felt like we needed to do to be more competitive, and I just felt like that we needed to be a balanced organization, that we could not just outslug people and win ball games that way and win a division. And so I felt like that we had to have not only good defense, we had to have good pitching. with an offensive ball club. And so I felt like to change the mindset of our pitchers, we had to convince them that they could throw more pitches and stay longer in the game, and that you could pitch in this ballpark and be successful.
So if we say pitch count to you, you don't want to hear anything about that, right? Nolan Ryan, thanks for being with us. It's been an honor to have you.